Not into working at Amazon? How about a $5,000 check to get you to quit Amazon? Don't laugh. Amazon's quite serious, convinced that paying workers who aren't all that into their job to leave their job helps keep workers who remain jazzed in their jobs. To Steve Odland, the former Office Depot chairman, on whether this makes good business sense, and radio host, political sensation Gina Loudon, on whether it makes good people sense. The people part first, Gina, does it? Does it make sense?
You know, this is public relations. I don't know how long ago it was. I was on your show and we were talking about the drones. Remember, they were going to be delivering packages by drones. We had the Microsoft bra. We've had these incidences come up again and again, and this is for publicity. The thing I kind of like about this one is it's actually doable. Delivering packages by drone, probably not doable. And the Microsoft bra, I don't even know what was going on with that. But this is actually something
I'm remembering the Microsoft bra now. Yeah. Not doable?
Well, okay, maybe, but not. It was a publicity stunt.
Understood.
Even though this is a publicity stunt, at least it is something that is truly applicable and doable for the employees.
All right, Steve Odland, back to Amazon and paying people to just, take a hike. What do you think of that?
Well, this is not a publicity stunt. This is something that has been in place at Zappos.com for quite some time. And their CEO, Tony Hsieh, implemented this many years ago, and I had a chance to meet with him and meet with the Zappos employees. They felt that this was an important part of their company culture because it got a chance to get people to stand back and say, look, are you happy? Are you not happy? If you're not happy, why? But here's an incentive for you to go if you're not, and it gives everybody a chance to reassess.
How much are they paying? Because Zappos memory serves right. They sell shoes online, right? I mean, I guess if you're really into shoes, you're going to be passionate about it. If you're not, maybe mise. But did it work?
It worked fine, and then they had a really interesting culture. And then Zappos now has been purchased by Amazon. So the sub-story here is that this is very unusual for an acquiring company, particularly a bigger one like Amazon, to adopt a procedure or a policy that was in a company that they acquired. And I think what Jeff Bezos should be applauded for is taking this and introducing it into Amazon. The fact is very few employees actually take advantage of it, but it does give them a chance to stand back and to reassess and whether they're happy, because the whole point is if you're not happy, you're not going to be giving the customer service that you want to happen in the company, and therefore you're better off having those unhappy people leave. But in fact, very few people do.
In case, he just bought the Washington Post. I can guarantee half of those guys are miserable just because that's their disposition. So,
but that's right. You know, the psychology, the reverse psychology, as this actually is fascinating here, because it does. You know, my background's in organizational development, and this does boost employee morale. This gives people permission to make a decision on a yearly basis. Am I happy? Am I not happy? And so they're going to be
why offer them the check? I mean, Jack Welch was famous for the GE days of weeding out the dead wood, or those who really weren't jazzed because he thought negative attitudes were contagious and all, and just got rid of them. I didn't offer a check to leave the door, just said, you're out.
It's a very polite way to show people the door if they want to take it. But
if you're earning $50,000 a year and you are given a check for $5,000 to leave your job, you're not going to take the $5,000 check.
No, of course not. But the point is that you could. So it gives that employee that internal sense of that locus of control. They feel more in control. They're generally more content in their work, and they're going to tend to probably stay longer and have better positive employee morale.
That makes sense. But Steve, I always think that I know what Amazon's trying to do here. They want a jazzed and engaged workforce, and the not so subtle message here is if you're not jazzed, you're not into it, here's $5,000 and get the heck out of here. But what if it doesn't work and they're offering this and people don't take them up on it? Is that when the firings start?
Well, you know, I'm sure that they do terminate people or they manage people out as well. But I think that it's much better to have a carrot approach versus the stick approach. The stick approach,
Steve, how would a $5,000 check do that?
Because it allows a conversation to happen in a positive way, and people to raise their hand and say, you know what, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go. And it gets people a chance, supervisors a chance to say to them, look, do you want to take advantage of this thing? And so there's some subtle encouragement. It's the carrot rather than saying there's a culture of fear where we're going to fire you.
When did they get workman's compensation if they do that?
Well, in a $50,000 a year job, it's more than a carrot. It's more like a cupcake. I know you can relate to that.
Right? There was no meaning to be so degrading. But do you think that done properly, this could work?
I think that done properly, what this does is boost morale on a regular basis.
Well, what do you think of the surviving workers then, who see their buddies go with the $5,000 check?
It's better than seeing their buddies go with nothing.
Maybe they're given more work to do.
It's better than their buddies going with nothing, and they can always, hire more people. We need jobs out there.
What do you think of that? I mean, if they go, Steve, then the remaining workers are stuck doing the loser's job, right?
Yeah, but they had the opportunity to go. So I think it net is a positive thing, because it ends up with a more committed workforce, somebody who's thought through it and said, I really want to be here.
All right. Well, I think Gina's onto something if they paid them off with food. I mean, I don't know. We could be talking something here. Guys, thank you both very much. Meanwhile, Sacre Bleu. First, a 35-hour work week, then mandatory vacation totaling at least